Hi and welcome to another ASD Tech Tips videocast. The focus of today's videocast is for my big campus users. My goal is to show you today how you can make your group page public and have information available to parents from your group page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one of my group pages that I made. If you don't have a group page, you can simply go to add the group and fill in the fields to do that. So I'm going to click on my public test page here. And up on the top here you'll see some blue buttons. We're going to use the edit button today. And I've added a few things prior to, but basically the title is going to be the name of your group. It's always important that you include your last name or something that makes it unique, because if you just put in first hour social studies, there could be another first hour social studies, or if you put in AP Psych, there might be multiple AP Psych classes. So make sure you make your title unique so that students can know it's your class. Description, you really don't need to put much in for description. I added some of this, but I'm actually going to get rid of it. You could put a brief description of the class. This is only viewable to students who want to add the group. This part right here won't be public. Okay, I'm going to skip this part and scroll down. This right here is the main part of what I want to show you today. All groups are preset to be here. Only group members can view this group's content, meaning the way My Big Campus was originally set up was that high school students only could view My Big Campus stuff with other high school students or My Big Campus users. It was purposely set up to be a safe place for our Schwab students to go and use and not have to worry about being open throughout the whole web. Okay, so remember that as we click here. I'm going to click on this next box. You can't just do this. You have to actually unclick this one and then click. Anyone on the internet can view this group's content. A couple things I want to talk about is this. Make sure that you realize what you're clicking and unclicking. The first two choices here, discussions and announcements, I'm not sure if we should ever check these boxes. The reason we set My Big Campus up was for that it was a place where students could have safe and online discussions. So by checking this box, you're basically getting rid of those protective walls. You're making My Big Campus the same as any general discussion board on the web. So I would never check these first two boxes. However, I think it would be real valuable to check calendar and resources. Your calendar, you could include assignments, due dates, so parents can see when items are coming up in your class, when tests are, field trips, things like that. Resources, this could be things like your class syllabus, handouts, study guides, assignments. So that way, not only can students access, but parents can see that as well. It's a way for you to be very transparent with your parents so they understand what's expected, what's there. Okay. Pages, if down the road you had students create pages or you had extra pages, again, you can make those public as well. Here, remember again, which group members are allowed to create pages for this group. Later on, you actually can give students permission to create a sub-page of your My Big Campus page if you want to. That's something we can talk about down the road. This last part is something that some of you have talked to me about. You'll say, hey, you know what? I like the chat, but I really wish it wasn't there. Well, if you don't want the chat feature to be there, you can just uncheck it. Same thing with pages. If you're not using pages, you can uncheck it. The members, that lists everyone that's in the group, and sometimes students will click on that and message and do other things with that. If you don't want that members button to be there, you can unclick it. If you just want the bare minimum announcements, discussions, resources, and calendar, I get it. That's probably what I might do as well. So now if I go back up here, this box right here is the part that's going to be public. What I would do on this part is I would include in the first paragraph a brief description of the class. What is your group about? What is the content you're going to cover? What are some maybe expectations or other class information that you want? Okay. The second paragraph, I would kind of give a description of all the pages that are available to the public user, saying, feel free to click on the calendar button. Clicking on this button allows you to see assignments, due dates, things like that. Clicking on the resources tab allows you to see class syllabus, general information, projects, whatever you're going to have in that resources section. I would also include maybe a third paragraph that says, hey, listen, the discussion announcements are not open to the public. We purposely set it up that way so our students have a safe environment that they can exist on My Big Campus. That way parents know that, hey, I click on this, it doesn't work. That way they know it is working. It's a safety mechanism that we have set up so that our students can work on My Big Campus. And then lastly, at the bottom, I would include your contact information, your email address, phone number, and whatnot. I'm going to hit save here. And what you're going to see is now chat and members and some of those other things that are always on there are gone. I have a brief description of what's there. If I click on calendar here, all those things I typed first are right here, so the public user will see all this, as well as your student users. Announcements and discussions, because I'm logged in to My Big Campus, they're going to work like always. Okay. Resources, I don't have any resources right now. Calendar, I did go and I added a unit test. A logged in My Big Campus user like yourself or your students will be able to see more information. You know, when it was added, you know, a description of the event, things like that. Okay. And so now our page is public. This website right here is how you would then allow the public to get in. You can copy and paste this. Later on, we'll show you how you could add it to your website. Some of you already know how to do that, that's fine. Some of you maybe use a different site, or you simply could just email this to parents or send it home on a, on a bookmark or something. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to open up a different browser here, one that I'm not logged in, and now you're going to see this is going to look a little different. Now you can see I'm not a My Big Campus user. I'm not logged in on this browser, so all the stuff on the outsides is gone. It's a very simplistic looking page. It has everything that we have added in, our description, you know, what buttons we can use. Okay, if I click on resources, I could see a list of resources if I had any. If I click on calendar, you know, I can see that test I added. Now the difference is here, if I click on it, nothing happens. Parents can't get that, that public user can't get that description, but they can see it, that, hey, there's a unit test on the 29th. You know, and I could even say, right now it says 1 p.m., I think that's the time I put, but you could set it up so it says first period, or whatever, the class name and the test and what it is, okay? If I try to click on announcements, it says, wait a minute, you're not a My Big Campus user, you need to sign in. Same thing if I try to click on discussions. It doesn't recognize me. Click on that home page, I'm back here. So what this does, it gives you kind of a very simplistic web page of your My Big Campus information. A lot of you have great information on your My Big Campus page. You have your syllabus, you have assignment information, you have due dates, all that. And a lot of that's great information not only to have available for your students, but to have available for your parents. So I think what this does is this nice little segue from maybe constantly updating the school website to just linking to that site and having all your information where it already is on My Big Campus. I hope you found this video cast useful today. If you have any questions or need any help with this, I'd love to help. So please contact me and have a great day.